Hello and welcome to this episode of the Spiro Show, in which I will be talking about my most amazingly received game series, Miami Traffic. Um, I'm gonna make this a nice little mix of a little bit of humor and some serious talk about the series, as it's gonna continue and as my work on it. So, as you may or may not know, these games haven't been received so well by the audience, but I'm glad people could actually have a laugh about it. And, any type of attention is good in a way, any type of publicity. So, in a way, I was quite shocked and a bit insulted at first at all these videos about Miami traffic and all this stupid crap about GTA 5. Some background information I would want to give about these games is actually they're not as much inspired on GTA as people might think. The ideas for these games were actually already there before I ever even played GTA. Watched a lot of Scarface, but enough about the past of the series. I actually more want to talk about how I'm gonna go on with the series. As you may or may not know, I've written about it on my blog on Game Jolt. That the progress with Miami Traffic 4 has been somewhat halted due to some personal issues. I've really suffered some major depressive episodes. I'm still working on these things. It's going a lot better now. But um, as it is at this moment, finishing Miami Traffic 4 is not one of my primary priorities, as it is, at least finishing the game. Because I've put a lot of thought in the backstory of the Miami Traffic 4 universe, and I'll kind of explain how it has developed to this point. So, as it started off, Miami Traffic 4 was initially only gonna feature the character of Martin, which was a guy who pretty much busted out of a prison in the Dominican Republic when after he got a lucky break because of a natural disaster, etc., etc. A bit of a cheap storyline of a criminal who escaped and pretty much got a second chance at life. So yeah, he got a second chance at life. Blah blah blah, and he'd get in all kinds of trouble trying to climb up these how you say the socio-economic ladder in the city of Miami. And I had already built out this entire city at least for a great part, and there's actually a lot of material already built in Game Maker. But I really feel like Game Maker, it's a great program, but it would not do all the work and all the thoughts and all the ideas I have made for Miami Traffic for any justice. Just would not do it justice, because Game Maker is severely limited. It does not support proper cutscenes. It has all this fucking loading time. The models look like shit. It's glitchy. It's buggy. No, you should actually know this. Miami Traffic 2 and 3, these were all made by 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old me. Kind of over those years, I was busy with it, and around the age of 17, I got a little less enthusiastic. Then I worked low key on Miami Traffic 4. But what I have to say is, like, I really feel like the Game Maker engine really does not do the game any damn justice. So as it comes now, you're at this point like, am I gonna finish this abomination in Game Maker, or am I just gonna invest in learning a new type of software, be it Unity or whatever, to actually make the game proper and make something nice of it? But where was I? I was explaining how the Miami Traffic 4 story has developed at this point. So it started off with Martin, blah blah blah, prison escape, kind of a bit of a average story, I guess. And then when I started getting more and more mental issues myself, more and more problems with depression, drug abuse, anxiety, shit like that, um, I actually also created the partner character Floyd Weathers, which is supposed to be like um, the second playable character in the game. And the idea is for Martin was to be the more stable, the bit more Scarface type of gangbanger, the more um, perhaps a bit more realistic gangbanger who was a bit more down to earth, a bit more mentally sound, you know. And then Floyd was supposed to be like an element of nature, a complete fucking loony. And yeah, at first, like the characters were very shallow. They were just like big tough killers, you know, and like they kill people, which makes them cool. But they were very shallow characters, and it was not until the point that I started suffering from my own issues after always having told myself that I was Mr. Big, Strong, Tough Guy, that I realized, come on, man, you're just a fucking human, you know? You're, you can act all tough, but deep inside, we all have our weaknesses. And so it kind of developed, at least for the character of Floyd, to become, instead of the like cold, merciless killer, he developed into a bit more of a, how do you say, a tormented soul. And the character was more and more developed as I more and more developed, and as I want to do it now is like throughout the storyline of Miami Traffic 4 from start to finish. I actually want to have these characters show some type of development. They don't have to become good guys all of a sudden or go from soft boys to hard boys, whatever. That sounded really dirty. Ignore my wording for that. So, yes, the thing is, I feel like I also can't quite finish the Miami Traffic storyline till I have developed myself a bit further in life. But it's getting there more and more. The character of Martin has not changed that much. Actually, in a way, whereas Floyd is the mentally unstable, the element of nature, chaos embodied, Floyd Martin is the more stable character. He has he's still fucking psycho, anger issues, you know. No angel, but still more mentally sound and a bit more adult, more mentally developed also than the character of Floyd. So in this way, I want to give them a nice, how you say, a synergy or a way to neutralize each other, with Floyd being chaos and Martin being more order, and still them going well, quite well together. And yeah, so I've developed the story quite a lot. And at the moment, actually, I am more busy drawing comics that are supposed to give off the Miami Traffic 4 vibe than really working on the game. I really enjoy drawing and working with music and just telling the stories through visual um, visual imagery, which I make in Photoshop or draw by hand. Because at the moment, it's also I feel a lot better. It's a lot more comfortable for me to just draw these things out, and I feel like telling the story more through comics as it is. So the way I was thinking about doing this is perhaps just put the game project on hold for a while, maybe finish it within Game Maker and just leave it for what it is and redo the Miami Traffic 4 storyline in a different engine. So yeah, at the moment it's ran a bit stuck, and as long as I'm busy with my personal development, I don't expect there to be an incredible Miami Traffic 4 game anytime soon. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys. I really, for those of you who are supporting me, I really appreciate you so much. Because throughout all the people that give you shit and are hating on you for your games, and really they don't harm me at all anymore. But still, it's nice if there are still some people showing any kind of appreciation. So, to my dear fans, thank you for supporting me. You can check out my Instagram if you'd like some material on the Miami Traffic characters, or if you like reading minor comics about cynical, bitter bullshit and life lessons. Still, don't lose all hope. I still intend to find a way to vent the Miami Traffic Force story, which I've completely worked out in my head already, and I am working out through drawing and comics, etc., etc., writing it down. And at some point, I am gonna find a way to give you the full, I hope, gameplay experience, because at this moment I have noticed that it's also good for my personal development and my sense of achievement and all those things, to actually create things such as this video where I speak to you or stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to pursue the creative process, and I'm gonna do my best to make something out of all this stuff in my head. Because I don't want to take it with me if I go. I want to share with the world. Uh, I'm not planning to go out anytime soon, but still, you gotta keep that shit in mind, right? So, thanks for listening, and I will keep you up to date with whatever developments take place. Thank you, people, and goodbye.